Hi, guys. Let's make sure all the streams are in here. YouTube's up, Facebook's up, and Instagram. Let's get everybody in here. Happy Halloween! But it's always spooky season in reality TV news, honey. That part. Happy Halloween. Happy Thursday. I'm here a little early for your weekly roundup of reality TV news. Got mom things going on, trick or treating going on. So I had to come on here. Ooh, my hair. My hair got wet right here. But I had to come on here and give you your reality TV weekly news roundup a little bit early today. We are streaming live right now across YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. As I go through the news, you are more than welcome to put your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on the news that we're getting ready to go through for the week. I hope everyone's having a good week. And again, happy Halloween. And don't forget to come back a little bit later after I finish with the babies trick or treating. I will be back to give you my unsolicited thoughts on last night's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So don't miss that. It was another great episode. I said that Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to me is like the stove, honey, and all burners are on. Ha! You hear me? It's so many different stories. It's such a good season. Production of this season, just chef's kiss. It is amazing. So if you're not watching, I don't know what you're doing. But let's get into the tea, honey, because it is piping hot in these reality TV streets. There's so much to discuss. And we're going to jump right into it with Jennifer Williams and her newlywed husband, Christian Walden Gold. Y'all know he's in the process of changing his last name, but he has more legal troubles at this point. We know that hey, Joseph, thank you for checking in on YouTube. Thank you guys for checking in on Instagram, Facebook. I appreciate you guys. But yes, Jennifer Williams' husband, Christian, I'm going to say his legal last name is Walden, but he's in the process of doing a name change to Gold. You make whatever you want out of that, honey. And I do see that Jennifer put the last name Gold in her profile. But anywho, Christian is back in legal troubles this past week after the child or the mother of two of his children. You know, he has three children. If you don't, now you do. He has three children, one with one woman and two, his youngest children with another woman. So the mother of his two youngest children says that earlier this year she entered into an agreement with Christian where he was to pay her $1,100 per month for each child. He made payments for 4 months, but in June of 2024, he stopped making payments. Additionally, he ceased visiting his children. I don't think it's a coincidence that this is right around the time of his wedding to Jen. But yes, he was getting ready for the wedding. They were doing their traveling. You guys know he also got into some legal troubles at that time for traveling with her outside of the country without getting permission. He is still on probation from his sentencing. Long story short, he was sentenced to 10 years, served 7 for false imprisonment charges from a previous relationship. And I'm gonna just tell you, long story short, if you don't know the story, you must be new here. But there was a situation with an ex-girlfriend. The court papers say that he locked her on the balcony. He left the apartment. She jumped off of the balcony, which was on like the third or fourth floor. She broke both her legs, had a rod in her back. She was in a wheelchair for a couple of months. That is where his restitution comes from. That was never seen to be 250,000 as he alleged. It was more around, I think, if I remember, about 10, 12,000 for her medical bills and pain and suffering. So while he served his 7 years, he was on probation. Him and Jen started traveling. He was traveling to California. He got in trouble once for that when he was on Basketball Wives. He then traveled again while they're doing their wedding planning and things like that. They went to Germany and Italy, and they saw it on Jen's Instagram page, and he was back in trouble. He had to serve 15 days in jail for the probation violation. He served a few days of it. He was allowed to go to Paris and get married to Jen. Then he came back and had to serve the additional or the rest of his 15 days services. It was his 15 days in prison. So after that, it seemed like everything was good. Jen is happy. She was happy he was home. She threw a little hibachi dinner, honey. She has been flashing her ring and, putting up her subliminals about how we are all miserable. She's happy and all of those good things. I said she's grown, She wanted to marry him and ignore all the red flags. None of the Basketball Wives cast attended her wedding. You guys know all of this, or you should by now. If you follow my page, you would. But yeah, he is back in legal trouble again because of he's been charged or not charged, but his baby mama of his two youngest children has went and filed papers saying that he abandoned his children and that he stopped paying his child support agreement of $1,100 per kid per month. So, and where this was filed was in Georgia. So, in the state of Georgia, if a parent fails to pay child support or maintain contact with their children, the custodial parent can file for abandonment after 30 days. This is a misdemeanor offense, carrying a potential fine of up to $1,000 and a prison sentence of up to 12 months. So they did have a hearing for this. I'm still digging through. The paperwork doesn't, show up online right away. I'm still digging through, so more to come on this. But they had a hearing scheduled this past Monday. So as soon as I get that, bit of information, what happened in the court hearing, does he, have to serve any time for that? We'll see if he gets a fine, if he's ordered to pay any of the child support or back child support that he did not pay since June. I will let you guys know that, but he just can't seem to stay out of trouble. And yes, he is in the process of changing his last name to Gold from Walden. He filed paperwork saying that there are past family traumas associated with that name, and he wants to start anew and give his kids, I guess maybe not the ones he already has if they have his last name Walden, but his future and for his legacy, he wants to change his last name. Now, y'all also know there's a bunch of people out here saying that they're victims of a Ponzi scheme type situation with him, allegedly that they've lost money. So him changing his last name seems a little suspicious to me, but those are all the things going on in Jen and Christian's world right now. So again, once I learn more about the hearing this past Monday and, if he was fined or has to serve any time, I will let you know, guys. Now on to life after lockup news. Raya and Troy, my goodness. They have been, if you follow them, beefing back and forth with Troy's mom, Karen, on the internet for months now, where they argue, they don't like each other, they're not speaking. He apologizes publicly, then they're right back at it. So this past week, Karen went on live while she had Zariah and Troy on the phone and was spilling all of their tea, honey. Like Karen was telling everything. Now, who knows if this stuff is true or not? I'm just going to say allegedly, but she was telling it all. So, they must be at odds right now. You could hear Zariah in the phone talking to Troy's mother, Karen, saying she was going to fight her, beat her up, all types of stuff. But basically, Karen, who is Troy's mom, went live and said that the house that, Troy recently put up, that they bought a house together and that, that him and Zariah bought their first home. Karen says that they're renting the home. Karen says that they're $2,000 behind in their rent. She also says Zariah was a stripper and that she sold that cat, and that we already knew about, which we already also knew. We didn't know about the stripping or selling cat. I don't know. Again, this is alleged, but there was actual legal documents showing that she has a criminal past of, doing some suspicious stuff, stealing from electronic stores. And there was also alleged that she had past addiction issues, and that was one of the reasons why she left her husband, because allegedly he had something to do with getting her hooked on it. But she talked about that. She also talked about Zariah's son. Well, I'm not gonna repeat that information, but she talked about Zariah's son. That's what really got Zariah upset. You hear Zariah on the phone threatening to beat her up, and then Troy called his mom a crackhead. Um, Karen really has no boundaries when she gets upset. And when they called her, a crackhead, she literally just unleashed all this information. So it's hard to watch, honestly. It's sad that, he had a strained relationship with his mother. We knew that, she wasn't there for his side of the story because she was battling her own addictions with drug and alcohol when he was growing up. And he's out. One minute they're fine, the next minute they're not. And again, Karen seems to have no boundaries when she's upset. So when they called her a crackhead, she told all of their business that I just ran down to you. Again, I'm not repeating what she said about Zariah's son. I don't like to involve children in things, so I'm not repeating it. But if you want to see the live and what she said, if you can go to According to Amber. Y'all know According to Amber has everything: love after lockup, life after lock. She follows it all. She had the live posted on her page. You can see it there. Joseph said, Karen is the type of auntie you can't tell none of your business around. It's going to end up on the national news. Exactly. Yeah, you can't tell her nothing. I mean, she even alleged things about Zariah having like sexually transmitted diseases. She went off, y'all. So I don't know where you go from here after such a foul live. You tell that business out, that's out there forever. Of course, people screen recorded it. It's everywhere. So I don't know where they go from there. Just said, what's with fighting the mamas this season? First Teeny, now Zariah. Yeah, I don't know. The respect for the moms is low. And it almost feels like, Joseph, that they feel as though, Zariah feels like Karen wasn't there for him when he was younger, so that gives her the right to say whatever. And it was Troy too, honestly. It was Troy the one calling his mother a crackhead and stuff. And Zariah really, the stuff she was saying about fighting her came along after Karen mentioned her son. And same with Teeny. I just feel like Teeny feels as though she was the only one there for Rob while he was locked up. She was the only one visiting, supporting, and that it makes it okay to be disrespectful to their mom. At the end of the day, that's still their mothers. I do not condone any disrespect of anyone's mom, just because I am someone that I lost my mom when I was 19 years old. And I was not great to her when she was here. True transparency. I was being a normal, bratty teenager. And I thought I had time, I thought I had time to argue with my mom. I had moved out at around the 11th grade and with my grandparents because, that parents just don't understand type mentality. I thought I had time to beef with my mom and then make up whenever, and that was not the case. So I always encourage people to fix things with their parents, to fix things with their moms. And that's something that I carry with me and will carry that guilt with me for the rest of my life. So I do not encourage that type of behavior with anybody's mother. So hopefully they can get back on the right track and figure it out and stop putting their business on social media. Handle it off social media. Jesus, I don't know how many times we got to say, take us out the group chat because I don't want to be in it. Take us out the group chat, but we'll see. It's been quiet after that live. Nothing else from either one of their social media. So I'll keep you guys posted with anything else. Now, also in news, I want to talk about Yandy and Mendices. We know last week they had made headlines again because oh my God, the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion trailer just dropped. I'm gonna have to get that over to y'all after this. But they made headlines, Yandy and Mendices, because Mendices had posted a woman twerking, like she was in line and he was recording her and she was shaking them cheeks for his camera, and he put it on his TikTok. No, sorry, not his TikTok, his Snapchat. And of course, everybody was saying, like, why would you do that? You're married. That's embarrassing. And Yandy, of course, she gonna stick beside him. Yandy had posted or responded saying that, Snapchat pays their bills, girl. Y'all go watch the video 100 more times. Never really holding him accountable, honestly, just for you're a married man and you should carry yourself in a certain way. I don't think if Yandy had her Snapchat and had some man on there swinging his stuff around on her Snapchat, he would be so understanding about it. He probably would take the ring off again and throw it like he did last time. So just, move like a married man, but she's sticking beside him and saying nothing was wrong with it. Well, they were on the red carpet and they were asked a few questions. And again, I felt like he embarrassed her. But I'm going to play the clip of the interview for you guys and then we can talk about it. All right. To the haters that try to come for your marriage, the people that aren't even married. Child, we've been at this for how many years now, babe? Too long. There we go. 18 years? So 18 and a half years. So that has been our story. People been trying to come forever. There were a lot of people saying that, you guys just kind of walked away from the situation instead of addressing it. That was a long time ago. Just way after the fact. So, life has moved on since life has moved on. But yeah, it got a little crazy that night. I'm glad they beat some things out. Okay. So, yeah. I didn't understand that really, I didn't understand the need to when she asked him, "Well, how long we been at this, babe?" And he like, "Too long." Like I don't really know what's going on there. He doesn't seem happy, just in my opinion, watching the show. He's not wearing a ring. He didn't seem too thrilled that she got him another ring and saying that, oh, Yandy only wants him to wear the ring for perception to others and that he don't really care about that. He doesn't want to wear a ring. He's saying things in the interview like too long. And just as a woman with your husband, you want to feel supported and loved by your husband. You do not want to be embarrassed by your husband with him saying things like that. I don't know what they put in the water down in Atlanta for Rashida and for Yandy and whoever else, Ciara, all of them. Like they just be, it's a different planet down there. And I get it, marriage is supposed to be forever. And I know Rashida talked about forgiveness and all of that, but also you took vows, right? And if you're not going to honor those vows, if you're going to disrespect those vows, there has to be some accountability. And I just hate to see it. Like, and then it almost is trying to teach younger women that this is acceptable, that this is okay. This is the norm in a marriage. And I don't believe that to be so. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to you. It's been a lot of chatter about Yandy and Mendices and just feeling like he is making a complete fool out of her. But again, she's grown, she's in love. More power to them. But I would be highly upset if that was coming out of my husband's mouth in the interview when they asked, when I said to him, "How long we been together?" He like, "Too long." That is completely embarrassing and just overall rude. And again, if the shoe was on the other foot, would he have liked that? if it was the other way around. But she's definitely riding harder for the marriage, and maybe she's carrying it right now until he falls back in love with her or something. But it just doesn't seem like he's happy or even in it with her. That's just my little 2 cents from the outside looking in, child. But in other news, also Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly has parted ways from Messy Mondays, the podcast that she was doing with Carlos King, where they would give commentary on their thoughts on the episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage Detroit. She has decided to part ways. Now, she did an interview where she talked about it, and she said that she loves Carlos King. It has nothing to do with Carlos King at all, but that she said she didn't know if she should say anything, but that it was because of, the comments I guess she was making about the cast or her thoughts on Love and Marriage Huntsville and what was going on with them, that people started calling her dental practice and harassing her dental practice. And am I shocked? No. She mentioned, she said, she's like, I don't know if I should say this or not, but she said the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are a bit crazy. And I would have to agree with her, especially the mellometers. Like, they're out of control. I don't get it. But um it gets a little weird with the fan base on Love and Marriage Huntsville and how hard they ride for the cast there. It's a bit scary, showing up places, harassing people, trying to take money out their pockets, all types of stuff. It gets a little weird in that fan base. So she said that she don't even go through that with the show that she's actually on, Married to Medicine. So she wasn't going to deal with that from fans of a show that she's just giving her thoughts and commentary on. So she says she loved Carlos, but she couldn't do it especially when it comes to messing with her dental practice. So no more messy Mondays with Dr. Heavenly at least. But Carlos, I'm available. Uncle Carlos, I'm available. They don't even know my phone number. I ain't got no dental practice. So if you are looking for a new co-host to give thoughts on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Detroit, DC, you let me know. Your girl is available. Any other shows, let's collab, Uncle Carlos King, you know, Dr. Heavenly. She got a lot to lose. I don't. Let's go. I'm trying to gain. I ain't got nothing to lose. So let's do it. Y'all tag him and let him know, honey. But yeah, but sorry to say, I love Dr. Heavenly on Messy Mondays. She's funny. Um, and I thought it was always lighthearted shade. I don't know what was that serious that people are calling her dental practice because of what she said about anybody on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But child, that fan base, I will say, it gets very weird. But hate to see her go. But Uncle Carlos, I'm available. Holla at me. Now, also, what I'm about to say, and since we're on Married to Medicine, let me be clear: this is allegedly. This is just what the streets is saying. Like the page that I got this from, my girl Millie Chun. I was not there. I ain't seen nothing. I'm just telling you what I heard. So this is alleged. But Quad, the streets are saying that Quad is already married and pregnant. They're saying that Quad got a baby on the way, y'all. Now, this is just what the streets is saying. Y'all know that Quad got a new man. He will be featured on the upcoming season of Married to Medicine. We see him getting into a little bit of a tussle with her ex-husband, Dr. G. But I did find his social media page, but he is not into telling his last name. I mean, his first or last name, but his social media name or what he goes by is King. I don't know if that's his real name. I doubt it, but that's what he goes by. That's what he calls himself is King. Looks like he may be Jamaican, little Jamaican and American. He has those flags on his bio, but that is her new man. Now, again, allegedly, not sure if this is true. I kind of see it. This is not a wedding photo here. This was from an event that they were at, but the streets are saying that Quad and her new man that goes by King are allegedly already married, which it's hard to find like the public knowledge records in Georgia for that. But the streets are saying that she is married and that they have a baby on the way. It looks like from his page, he already has children that are a little bit older. It doesn't say what he does. His bio is very limited. probably because he knows he's about to be in the limelight. But he looked like he got some change, honey. Rolls Royces and traveling all over the place with his children, and big lavish birthday party that Quad had for him just about a week or so ago. So I'm happy for her. He's a handsome man. She's a beautiful woman. She deserved love, and I hope it is true. So we'll have to wait and see, find out probably on the reunion after this season airs, and we'll see if we learn anything on the season, honey. But the streets are saying that she is with child and already married. So allegedly, y'all don't get me in no trouble, but I'll keep you posted. Now, in Vanderpump Rules news, Lisa Vanderpump, this is a courtesy of Pink Box. They posted saying that insider revealed that Bravo is apparently or allegedly pushing Lisa Vanderpump out. They want her to have minimal involvement with filming, with the show. They just don't seem to see where she fits or is needed in the Vanderpump Rules show anymore. Also, they was alleged that there's a spinoff show with new cast members, a fresh new Sir staff is being filmed separately, but that does not mean that Vanderpump Rules will not air. It's still set to pick up filming and come back. So we'll see what happens. I feel like we barely see Lisa Vanderpump really at this point anyway. She's there more like a sound ear or someone they go to for advice. So I don't feel like it's a huge loss. And if she's still getting her check from it, then what's the problem? If she's still getting paid from the show, if she's still an executive producer, cool. Um, no love lost. I don't think it's a big loss, but we'll see what happens. But that is the word on the street, allegedly, that Lisa is being handed her hat and not really being asked to film Vanderpump Rules anymore. Now let's go into Real Housewives of Miami news. An update with Alexia and her estranged hundred. I said estranged hundred. Estranged husband Todd Napola. Now, I had reported to you guys a few months back that Todd had went and filed for divorce from Alexia. She was blindsided by it. She didn't see it coming, and she seemed to be very devastated about it. She talked about it. She talked about it on her podcast with Marisol. She was crying and really upset, and it seems that now, they're filming right now Real Housewives of Miami. That earlier this month, the couple filed paperwork stalling their divorce until the new year. And that it's been said that allegedly they are trying to figure things out behind the scenes. So I know that Alexia really loves this man. She, waited some time to remarry, after her late husband and everything in that divorce. So I hope it works out for her. Again, she seemed completely devastated when it happened and blindsided by it. So you never want to see anybody break up if it's good for them. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in the new year since they have filed to stall their divorce, and hopefully they work it out. Now, also in Real Housewives of Miami news, there is another rumored newbie on the show, but not a newbie to us. If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, which I have been since day one, Carmen Carrera, she was seen filming with the Housewives of Miami. She's, I let you guys know there is another new housewife on the show. She's rich, rich, rich. And I feel like I ain't gonna say she a replacement of Dr. Nicole, but she gives that rich energy that Dr. Nicole did give. Very successful. And now Carmen Carrera has been seen filming with them as well. Carmen was one of the first transgender women on RuPaul's Drag Race. I loved her. I still do. I follow her. She used to perform, like I used to go to drag shows with some of my friends. And when that was in my Bloomingdale's days when I used to work part-time at Bloomingdale's, I would go with some of my friends to the drag shows, and Carmen would perform, and she was just amazing performer. Her career blossomed into a model, and all types of runway modeling, high fashion modeling. So I think this would be a great addition to Real Housewives of Miami. Carmen is a lot of fun, and I would love to see where she is in life now. We, like I said, we saw her on RuPaul's Drag Race. She was on something else. I think it was Couples Therapy when that was coming on WeTV. She was on that as well with her. I don't know if it was her husband or boyfriend at the time. I think it was her husband. But it would be good to just catch up with Carmen, see where she is now, what's going on. But I would love to see this. I don't know if she's going to be a friend of or a housewife, but she was seen filming with them. I can confirm that for you. She was seen filming. So we will get to see Carmen on the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Miami. Now, that is all your weekly tea, your cup running over. But before I get out of here, I always let you know season premieres that are on the way, new shows that are on the way. And I'm telling you, our fall winter lineup is looking just amazing, guys. Just all the shows that we already have on Salt Lake City, Potomac, OC season finale tonight. Make sure you watch that. I will recap that for you tomorrow. But let's get into life after lockup, love during lockup. We'll be back in December. As soon as I have a date for you on that, I will let you know. But let's get into some of these shows that are on the way. Tomorrow, November 1st, Bell Collective is back. I have a sneak peek I'm going to post for you guys, so look out for that. But Bell Collective is back tomorrow. I will be recapping that for you, so look out for that. Love and Marriage Huntsville will be back this Saturday for the second half of their season. We will start where we left off at the girls' trip, which is explosive. I have a sneak peek of that for you as well. So stay tuned. I will be recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. So look out for that. Love and Hip Hop Miami will be back now that Love and Hip Hop ATL season has ended. Miami will be back November 18th. Yes, I will be recapping it. I gave you guys the trailer. It looks amazing. Yes, I still watch Love and Hip Hop. Yes, it's still good and full of drama and foolishness, and I'm always here for it. But they will be back on November 18th. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the Diamond Girls are back. I gave you guys the trailer for that as well. It looks good. I cannot wait. We got new housewives. We got Kathy Hilton coming back. We got beef between Kyle and Dorit, honey. It is going to be a season to watch. They will be back November 19th. And the girls over at Married to Medicine, I gave you that trailer as well. Season 11, it looks good too. We got some tussling going on between Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Contessa, who is back, between Quad's new man and Dr. G's Sweet Tea is sweet teaing. It is going to be a good season. That trailer is out and they will be back November 24th. And then also we have a new show on the horizon. I guess all things in Salt Lake City are just amazing right now. Salt Lake City Housewives, we know we have Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu that just off the charts with their ratings. But we have a new show called Sold on SLC, Sold on Salt Lake City, which is almost like a $1 million listing vibes, but in Salt Lake City. A lot of drama. The trailer dropped for that this week. It's on my page if you didn't get to see it. I'm going to give it a try, see what I think of it. I mean, everything else out of Salt Lake City is given top tier, so why not? This will premiere on Bravo on December 4th. Now, I did not put it here, but you guys, I was actually surprised, had a good response to Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. They are doing a show called The Encore. If you remember back in the day, they had a very successful show called The Simple Life. I'll post it for you guys next time, but they will be returning on Peacock with their show, Paris and Nicole, The Encore, on December 12th. So I'll give you a picture, visual of that. And the next time, I honestly didn't think y'all would care. I'll be honest, but it got great responses on both my pages on Instagram and on Facebook. So I guess you guys are excited to see Paris and Nicole come back and what they're going to be up to in their show, The Encore. Again, that will be on December 12th. Consider yourself downloaded and updated on all things reality TV news. All right. Now, before I get out of here, if you have a product or business that you want me to promote on my pages on social media, we are growing daily. Oh, thank you, Angie's World. You love this page. I appreciate you for stopping by and just supporting. Um, and guys, if you don't get to watch this live in its entirety, let me say that please go to the link in my bio on Instagram, on Facebook to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of my Tea Talks, recaps of every show is posted there, as well as this show, which is the weekly news recap that I do every Thursday. I usually do it at 7. I'm a little early tonight because I got to take my baby trick or treating, but I wanted to make sure I gave you all your tea before I did that. So please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio on Instagram and Facebook. Welcome new followers. We continue to grow. Facebook, I reached 23,000 followers this week. I appreciate you guys and all of the support. Again, welcome new followers. And thank you, old followers, for continuing to support. I think where we at on Instagram, we're still growing and inching up there. I think we're at 12.4 thousand. We grew a bit there this week. So thank you again on Instagram and welcome new followers. So if you have a business or a product that you want me to promote on my social media platforms, my prices are listed here as well as on my page. I'm also looking for sponsors for the podcast. I'm doing a total of, it's about to go up now that Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back this weekend. I'm probably going to be up to about 8 or 9 shows a week, recapping everything that's on right now. It's a lot of talking, but I got it covered. If you want to be a sponsor for the podcast, you can email me. If you're interested in either being a sponsor or me promoting a business or product on my page, you can email me what you see above here. Reality_recap at yahoo.com. And also, I appreciate your support. The Cash App is down there, $ reality recap. I appreciate any donations because the tea is not free, honey. It costs, all right? But and how again, how can you support for free? Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend that right here at Reality Recap, your girl V gives you everything you need to know. Reality TV news, shows, highlights, trailers. You get it all here. No other place you need to be. All right. Now, as I always say before I end my shows, don't forget reality TV stars are humans too. Don't forget that. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. If you missed this live and you want to know all the weekly news recap from this episode, just go to the link in my bio, go to my YouTube channel, and make sure you subscribe while you're there. Happy Halloween, everyone. Be safe out there. If you have little trick or treaters, be safe. Have a great Halloween. And I will be back tomorrow to recap tonight's episode. Which is the season finale of Real Housewives of Orange County. Sneak peek of that on the way, as well as a sneak peek of next week's part 1 of their reunion. Y'all have a good day. And I'll be back tonight, sorry, to recap and give you my thoughts later tonight on last night's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.